Hello, Shalom, and welcome to How to Pronounce and Say in Hebrew. And in this lesson of Milat Hayom, word of the day is power outage or electrical blackout. How to say this in Hebrew. You probably heard on the news about the power outage, power interruption in Portugal and in Spain last month in April 2025. Quite a mystery, huh? And after I will tell you how to say this in Hebrew, we will talk about Ezekiel Perek Aleph, chapter 1, verse Pasuk 4, Daled, because the word electricity in Hebrew is in the Bible. And you ask yourself, did they have electricity in the old days? Like 2,000 years ago? Actually, more than 2,000 years ago. So we'll talk about this later. But first, let's see. How do we say power outage in Hebrew? And I will explain why. First, two words, even here two words. הפסקת חשמל. הפסקת חשמל. And now I will explain each word. הפסקת חשמל. הפסקה is some kind of break, intermission, stopping, halting. So הפסקה, this is feminine singular, and הפסקות, feminine plural. הפסקה, הפסקה, הפסקות. Hafsakot. And electricity in Hebrew today, nowadays, חשמל. 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 And power interruption, blackout, in Hebrew is הפסקת חשמל. הפסקת חשמל. And if you're talking about more than one, it will be הפסקות חשמל. הפסקות חשמל. חשמל, this is singular masculine, but it stays even in plural of הפסקת חשמל, so we change הפסקה to הפסקות, and this stays like here. הפסקת חשמל, like one הפסקת חשמל, 10 הפסקות חשמל. הפסקת חשמל, הפסקות חשמל. And now let's talk about the word חשמל in the Bible. The word חשמל, we find it 3 times in the Bible, 3 times in the book of Ezekiel, and this is one example in chapter 1, verse 4, Perek Aleph, Pasuk Daled. I will read it in Hebrew very quickly, then I will read it in English, King James Version, and then I will translate it in plain English, so you will understand this. And then we will talk about the word חשמל, how we got this into Hebrew, modern Hebrew. וארא והנה רוח סערה באה מן הצפון, ענן גדול ואש מתלקחת, ונוגה לו סביב, ומתוכה כעין החשמל, מתוך האש. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So, in the Bible, when they say va, they with a verb in the future, they mean that it actually happened, like in the past. So וארא, it is, and I looked. והנה, and there, ruach, סערה. Ruach is wind, סערה is storm. So it's like wind of storm. באה, coming, but as you see, if they're talking about the past, it is the past. So it doesn't matter if in Hebrew nowadays it's like the present coming. The meaning is that it happened in the past. Min, from, הצפון, the north. ענן גדול, ענן is cloud, גדול is big. ואש, ash is fire, and fire. In Hebrew, and is one word. In English, right? And one word. But in Hebrew, we take ve, and it doesn't stand alone. We put it with the name or the noun or the verb, as you see. So in fire, מתלקחת. מתלקחת is from the שורש להתלקח, from the verb להתלקח, שורש למד קוף חט. Burst into flames, catch fire. ונוגה, לא. נוגה is bright light. Again, ve, and bright light, lo, to him. סביב, around. ומתוכה, תוך is inside, within. ומתוכה, this is hey with dagesh, mapik. It's like from inside of the meaning of the fire, because fire is feminine, singular. And as you see, the verb is here, מתלקחת, feminine, the taf here. And מתוכה, we understand that this belongs to feminine, so it's like of the fire. And from the fire, כעין, sort of, החשמל. So our wise men did not understand the meaning of this word. They thought about it's some kind of angel, flames, something to do with magnetic beast of fire. Who knows? But we understand that it is something that got to do with light. מתוך, from within, from inside. האש, the fire. So how did we get from here, the Bible, to electricity in modern Hebrew? Interesting question. First, the Bible was translated to Greek. So חשמל became electron. And from Greek to Latin, so from electron to electricus. And from there to European languages, to electricity, and other words that from electron and electricus. And then in the 19th century came the poet and writer Yehuda Leib Gordon, a very famous and wonderful Jewish poet and writer. And he needed a word to describe some kind of electricity, an electron. And he realized that in the Bible, he looked it up in the European languages, and from there he went back to the Bible and took the word חשמל. So the ancient word חשמל became, in the modern Hebrew, חשמל, electricity, and from there to הפסקת, חשמל. You will find links to some other lessons in the description box below. Alphabet, Niqqud, derived stems, and more. And until next time, להתראות בקרוב. See you soon.